So, well, I think talking about causes of divorce, we could establish that there are so many. So I'll just pinpoint a few which could be cases of infidelity, lack of communication, and let's say lack of sex too as well. So of course, what about you guys? What do you guys think?
She thinks she can elude me, right? She's one project I would love to have in my arms. She's succulent and cozy. Has brought me out in such a manner since my existence. There's something about her. There's something about her that won't just let me go. She's irresistible. So irresistible. And I'll get her. I have my ways.
I want a divorce. Why? I said why? I said why? Are you not a man? Lady G, what's up? Of course. I am super excited about Mike. He is my world now. Lady G, well, you know I've never been in love like this before. Okay, okay. That's all right. Okay. All right, bye. Yeah, yeah, girl.
really love her anymore. I just pity her. Shit. How am I going to get her to give me this divorce? She could have this house, the cars, and even 40% stake of my company. No. This is not the time to present this paper to her.
Don't! Let me go through the divorce. Can I have the divorce draft your lawyer has prepared? I'm willing to give you the divorce. At least you owe me the cost of going through what I'm going to sign.
Siben, you're just hurting yourself.
Of what use is it? Let me go through the divorce draft. I told you I'm willing to give you the divorce. You win! I said I'm willing to give you the divorce so that I can go to hell with whoever she is. Let me have the divorce agreement so that I can run through it in my office. At least you owe me the privilege of reading through what I'm going to sign. I want us to end this today. Hello? Good morning, sir. Yes. Wow, that's a good news. Really? How much is it? 20,000. Okay, my husband will pay it into the school account. Yes, I'm aware. I'll be there on Saturday morning. Thank you so much. We are fine by His grace. God bless. Mr. Michael, I have considered everything and have decided to give you the divorce. But there are conditions to it.
Okay, I'm listening.
Condition 1. I do not need anything from you. Not your money, not your house. Condition 2. I need 1 month notice before the divorce. Condition 3. In this 1 month, we both will try to live a normal married life as possible. My reason is that Amanda, our daughter, who will be having her exams within this month, and I don't want anything that will obstruct her exams with our broken marriage. Condition 4. You recall how you carried me into our bridal room on our wedding day. So within this month, every morning, you carry me from our bedroom to the doorstep. And after the exercise, I'll give you the divorce and you can go to hell for all I care. If and when you meet with the conditions, I'll give you the divorce without much ado. Sign here. Yes, yes.
Well, so, you know. And it's actually getting more exciting as the days go by.
Exciting.
Yes, dear.
Meaning?
Well, I thought I couldn't handle it at the beginning. But you see, dear, the strength of the love that I feel for you gives me the drive to let this thing off my sleeves as quickly as possible. Just can't wait for us to settle down for our future. Yeah.
Don't worry. To be over before you know it. 20 days down already.
Yes, I'm 20 days down, and I'm actually trying to make the best of a bad situation. Yeah, I just want to get off this hook quickly.
And our wedding will be in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh.
My cousins are eagerly waiting to host us.
Really?
Yes. Yeah? Hold on. Hey, Han.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So?
Oh, you look so excited. Has she given you the divorce?
No. But I'm sorry, I don't want a divorce anymore.
Do you have fever or something?
No, I'm okay. You see, my marriage life was boring. Probably because Siben and I didn't value the details of our love lives. But now I realize better. Maybe because I carried her. See, I want to hold her till death do us part.
Now, leave my house. I want you out this minute. Out! Come out. Out! Out!
So, well, I think talking about causes of divorce, we could establish that there are so many. So I'll just pinpoint a few which could be cases of infidelity, lack of communication, and let's say, lack of sex too as well. Because of course, I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think?
Well, the question is, I want divorce. And was that the option? Before we begin to find out whether it's the option or not, the first question we ask ourselves is that, what led to it? And from what we just watched, we discovered that that man had an unholy desire. An unholy desire of a stripper. And this thing doesn't just happen overnight. This man had this inside of him for a very long time, thinking about it, maintaining about it. But unfortunately, he married a woman that does not fall into that category. Despite the fact he had a loving wife, a good home, that desire kept on playing like music in his mind until the day he met that lady. And immediately he met that lady, it looks like a magnet. There was an attraction. And based on that, he demanded for divorce. The wife, being a mature woman, knowing that she needs to keep her home, did not immediately want to grant that divorce. So what we can learn from this before we go deeper into other issues is that as a man, as a woman, please, while you are searching for a partner, make sure you are searching from within, not from without. Because if you don't take what you have on the inside into consideration while you're searching for a life partner, that thing you have on the inside will continue to haunt your marriage for a very, very long time. We're going to go deeper into it concern the goes on.
Okay, to contribute to that, I feel like if a couple wants to go their separate ways, and I think it's always like a one-sided thing from the beginning. They don't just come together and say, let's divorce. One party always comes and says, I want a divorce, or this is not working, or, let's part ways. And I believe that movie we just saw, that particular scenario should have been handled or could have been handled in a more subtle manner or different way. Why? Is because now there's a child involved. I refuse to want to believe that man is an irresponsible father to begin with. Because for you to just burst out like that, telling your wife I want a divorce over dinner, not thinking about that, they didn't portray any scene where he thought about their child, thought about why he's doing this, thought about if him doing this would have been the right thing to do. He just came out and said it. And he actually also portrayed that he's a man that would rather run after lust than what is real. Because we saw his wife, she's not bad looking, she's a working class and educated person, a woman that gave a very beautiful child. What are you looking for outside marriage? You could equally go outside and relax like other men do. Go to a stripper's club. Since you want to see people strip, you watch her strip. If you want to still spend your money, you do that and you go back to your family. Not at the expense of leaving your wife and kid for this person, like leaving your home, breaking your home because you want to lust after a stripper, forgetting that it could affect the child in question. And I feel like a lot of problems we're having in this generation is as a result of broken marriages. Because you see a lot of teenagers coming out with different characters that even when you look so deep, you still cannot comprehend why and how. The mom is trying to raise from her end, the father is trying to raise from their end. Sometimes none of them even get to raise these kids. More like these kids are just pushed out to raise themselves more and providing for you. Need your father to do something else, or need your mother to do this and providing for you. And it is always affecting the children in question. So I feel like before couples come together and say they want to divorce, they should really think about, other persons involved in the whole marital affair. Your kids are involved, your family members are involved, and all of that. So liking a stripper or admiring a stripper outside when you just need to leave your home, or break your wife's heart, or break your kids or children's hearts. I don't know what you have to say about it.
For me, I think our women should be able to parley with us men, because if you watch the movie very well, you will see that what that guy was doing wasn't too much for the woman to understand. The woman who has had a child for you and all that, So it is that understanding. If the woman has it, they will understand each other, and then the family will be happy about it. Even though the man has grossly erred, no doubt about it. Alright? So we should look at what the woman has to offer.
I'm going to argue with you. Whatever thing the wife portrayed there, for me, signifies wisdom. Right? A normal average woman will say, you want a divorce, right? Then get out. Right? Or she'll say, I want this property, I want that property, give me this and give me that. After I have a child for you, you have to pay child support and all of that. Like, she quickly just, seeks her child's future and herself. Right? But she didn't do that. She was still trying to find a way to bring her home back.
Yeah.
She could have easily just signed the divorce because this man is obviously not into you anymore. Like, he's showing signs that I don't want you anymore. For a man that is already sleeping outside the house. Right? Coming back the following morning. And the child is even seeing that he's coming back in the morning. And she still wants the home to work. I feel like she actually did superb as a woman. Not every woman will actually do that.
Okay, can I ask some questions at this point? The question you ask is that, what are those things that are missing at home that push the man outside in the first instance? What was the man looking for? Because if you look at the home, they appear to have everything. They are comfortable. Yes. They have a lovely daughter already. Yes. And they appeared happy together. But there must be something missing that the man is not getting at home. Could it be that the woman nags secretly? Could it be there is a sexual desire that the man has that the woman cannot fulfill? Could it be the other fantasies in the man's heart that the woman To answer that, the question now, or rather the answer is that husband and wife or couples, people who are in a relationship, they should discuss everything. Discuss everything, excuse me. No matter how dirty it is, the Bible said 2 of them were put naked and they were not ashamed. When you discuss it, then find out medically, is the woman able to meet up? Is the man able to meet up? If you cannot meet up, then you now have to find a way to adjust your individual fantasies and desire. If you are able to fix this, then you discover that that power that wants to lure you out, the power will not be as strong as it's supposed to be. But whereby there's no discussion, no interaction, everybody is going their own separate ways. When the desire comes in and starts to build, either the man or woman, they begin to look for how to fulfill it outside. And that is when things like this happen.
Well, I'm of the opinion that foundation matters. Depending on the foundation that the marriage is built upon. We had the discussion where you said something about marry your friend.
Yeah.
Now, you will not have issues when you marry your friend. Now, if you're into strippers, let me not let you. Maybe because we're in Africa, there's certain things you don't like doing. But I know for a fact that you want to spice up your marriage, you could do things like get your woman to dress like a stripper. If that's your fantasy.
Yeah.
Things like that will help you spice up. Maybe you want her to dress like a naughty nurse.
Yeah.
You can do all that just to keep the marriage intact. You don't have to go outside because, truthfully speaking, when you leave without trying all these things, it simply means that for a fact you actually want to be adventurous, you want to explore. And exploration is actually, it's not considered right. Because this is, you stood on the altar saying your wedding vows in sickness and in health. It's not just that, it means you signed an agreement that, okay, this woman, whether it's sweet, you know sweet. If you know sweet, I will spice her up to sweet. Yes, so your concept is the same work and energy, effort you put while you're in a relationship, you should still transfer that energy to your marriage. You don't just up and leave. You don't quit. Because when you quit, it means you were not meant to be there. That's why you hear something, I'm in it to win it. Yes, I'm in it to win it. So you don't just, I feel, from the marriages right now, why they feel everybody most people, I don't want to generalize, most people, they don't want to put in the effort. They just want to, when it gets rough, make everybody just find a way.
Well, there is a limit to that school of thought, to that logic. The limit to that school of thought is that you presume that they have not done enough. And there are situations or circumstances where either the woman has gone beyond a threshold, or the man has gone beyond his threshold of both tolerance, patience, endurance. Do you understand? And I have friends, there's a particular friend of mine that each time he talks about his wife some years back, he tells me they're the best of friends, they are acting partners. Nobody can penetrate the two of them. But do you know what? They are not living together today. What happened? Something went wrong along the line. Do you understand what I'm saying? A very minute thing. And it was blown out of proportion by the woman. The man could not tolerate the fact that she blew it out of proportion. And because of that, the marriage crumbled. Do you understand what I'm saying? So everybody have their own threshold limit to everything. Whether it is endurance, whether it is patience. Once you cross that threshold, anything can go wrong.
True. Okay, but in that case now, you said something about she blew things out of proportion.
According to the man.
Yes, now you see, stories are usually two-sided. True. I cannot just stand up and say, okay, because Mr. A said this, I'm now from Mrs. B or Mrs. A to find out whether it correlates or it coincides. So basically, now, even if it does, what measures did you put in place? Like, did you even seek a third-party counseling? Like, probably go for therapy? You don't, truly, I'm not like you, marriages need serious work. It's just like now you say you want to be successful. You don't just, when you see things get really rough, you quit. No, it's hard work. Everything in life is hard work. So marriage is an institution that is built on what? Serious hard work and dedication. So trust me, you need to put in work. You need to, whatever reasons, I agree with you. It could be infidelity. Sometimes infidelity is hard to forgive, but if you have that will, you can. You need to even say the truth is, find out the grassroots, the roots of the problem. For a man to cheat, there's something. Probably it might be his own desire. It might be you, but still find out what the reason is. Don't just say, okay, you cheated, we are fine. All men are scorned. They want to leave. Find out if it's actually you. Do you know that it's even like a background thing? Maybe he has learned it from his father that okay, his father is a promiscuous man and okay, he's living by that. So you are the one that should be able to school him on things to do and what not to do. Okay, this is not right as a man. This is what do you understand?
If I could remember back in the days when we were growing up, I have uncles who are married to so many wives.
Okay.
So what we see today is not quite different from those days, but because of the scientific nature of today, what we see today is quite different. I don't see any bad thing in a man going out to catch his phone, and even from the movie we watched, you know, you will see that after a child, that woman she's not wonderful anymore.
She's not keeping herself.
Yeah,
which is
right?
supposed to.
So
That's
the man
that's
goes
our
out to enjoy or have fun. But the worst thing is that for him to get himself involved where he has to come home to say he's asking for divorce is something which I don't like myself.
Well, I want to say something. Is it the woman's fault if she forgetfully relaxes after marriage or after having the child?
Yes, it is her fault.
Wait, please.
Yeah, it's her fault.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
It's her fault.
Relaxes with how she looks only because she probably still sees love in her husband's eyes for her, and she probably still feels like the man is still like attracted to what she still looks like. Because now, I know someone that she didn't even know she was adding weight, and she was adding weight. She didn't know she was adding weight. It took someone to call her attention to it that, do you know you're adding weight? Like, you're losing your shape and all of that. She's like, I'm adding weight. I don't know if you understand me. So now, for a woman like that, if the husband doesn't like the fact she's adding weight, now, mind you, she doesn't even know she's adding weight because of maybe the urges of life and problem and all of that. Is it not proper for the man to tell her that, my wife, you're adding weight and I don't like the way you're looking, and you're beginning to lose the you that I married or the you that I fell in love with? It is not wrong for the man to say these things.
No, fine.
For the man to now up and want to leave or wants a divorce because the wife doesn't now look like what he wants or desires anymore. I find that very irresponsible.
So,
Fine.
what
You're right.
if the man has said that?
No, it's not only that. Now, let's even go back to him. What he said. He said something very vital. Now, look at the facts where he said communication. He said, he talked about communication. You as a woman, definitely, you're meant to be even asking your man, what do you think about me? Now, you're pointing at the fact that okay, the man should tell you that okay, you're looking fat. What stops you from have I changed? Do I look sexy or do I look ugly? Or am I looking fat? Do you like me this way? Now, his honest answer or opinion would give you that. Okay, you're actually looking fat and I really don't like it. You should eat it. Communication is key. So also is comprehension.
Okay, I think I have a slightly different view concerning the issue of woman losing stature, losing whatever. The reason why I say so is that a marriage is a lifetime journey. And you cannot expect a lady at 22, 24, 25, when you got married, her shape and every other thing to remain after first, second, third, or fourth child. Yeah. You don't expect her to remain the same. The same way the woman does not expect the man to be as strong and as agile as he was when they got married newly.
Yeah.
This is where families miss it totally. You must understand that aging is part of living. You must understand that metabolic changes in the external change of the body is part of living. And then you must do what? Tune your mind to it. Let me ask you a question. If you have a daughter that maybe when she was in her teen, she's looking pretty, and now your daughter is approaching 30, 40, and then her shape is losing, are you going to get angry with her? No. You're not going to do that. The same thing I believe, once you marry a wife, the issue of she's not looking sexy, she's not looking that, is so flimsy and to me it's stupid for you to seek for divorce. However, like I said earlier, the area of communication. If, for example, you married a woman and there is a particular method of love making two of you are used to, and now because of childbearing, you now discover she's not able to do that, you should be kind enough in your heart to adjust to your fantasy. Don't allow that to be a reason why you start looking for somebody else outside. The same thing with the women. The women will tell you when we started, we can do it 3 times, 4 times a day. But now it's once in a week. Even that once a week is maybe it doesn't even last. And you forgot that the man is aging, the system is changing, a lot of things are changing. So the same way you expect a man to understand that the system of the woman is changing, the woman should also understand that the system of the man is changing. Like a friend told me, he said it is even the women that kills the husband in that area. Because when they cook food, they pack plenty maggi inside. And when the man keeps eating all those spicy things, it weakens, it destroys the level of testosterone that the man produces. And then at the end, you blame it on the man that is not agile enough. So I think that we should disabuse our mind from those areas. And then concentrate on the main thing. What is the main thing? Building a family. You have children. How do you raise these children up? How do you give them the best of life? If we put our minds on this area, we'll begin to look less on some of those things I call side attraction. All right. One of the things, or some of the things that can make a man, some men that are not disciplined. Lack of discipline is one of them. Once a man is disciplined and a man is focused, he has a vision and is running with that vision, he will not have time for what I call frivolities. That is one. Secondly, when a man who has lost his vision and that man panders to frivolities, if you now begin to compare other women, other girls outside, there is no way that man will not leave the wife eventually. Then the third reason can also be that when the man goes out, everybody needs care, everybody needs appreciation. The man is appreciated outside by other ladies. The man is shown greater care by other ladies. But when it comes to his own house, maybe because of lack of proper understanding on the side of the woman, maybe because of lack of proper upbringing on the side of the woman, that woman now feels that after all I'm married, I can treat my husband anyhow. No, you don't treat your husband anyhow. Your husband is like a baby in your hand. He needs to be pampered. When you are not able to pamper your husband, any girl that pampers him outside, that girl steals the heart of the girl. The heart of the man automatically. The same way, whatever you are not able to provide for your husband at home, if a girl, maybe a girl in the office, a girl in the marketplace, a girl anywhere that the man goes to, even can be in the church or in the mosque, if he sees a girl that is able to provide those things that his inner soul longs for, the man will lust after the girl eventually. I know that there are some men that you can call natural beasts. No matter how much you satisfy them, just like the beasts they are never satisfied. But we are not talking about people who are intentionally looking for joy, looking for happiness, looking for contentment. They are not able to get it at all. So if they're able to get that contentment at home, for example, when the man goes out and comes back home, instead of asking the man, how was the day? How did he go? And the man must have been in traffic, stress and every other thing, receive all the passions from the place of work, insult, and then when the man comes home, the slightest thing, you start insulting that man. As you are insulting that man will never have peace of mind till daybreak. And when he now goes to the office the next day, either a secretary or a co-worker sees that the man is now not looking happy. Say, why are you like this? And the man now opens up to explain to the lady, and the girl decides, or the lady decides to show the man the kind of care and affection he is lacking at home. That lady is going to steal the heart of the man. The other reason is some women, especially modern day girls, they don't take time to allow their parents teach them how to take care of their men. Part of taking care of a man is knowing how to prepare what the man likes to eat. When you are not able to do that, that lady that sells mama food outside, that lady that sells in one store outside, in one restaurant outside, where the man goes to eat and is satisfied, before you know it, they say the best way to a man's heart is through his belly. Before you know it, that lady will steal the man's heart.
Well, for me, I would say, like, I also buttress on the lack of discipline. You know, apart from the lack of discipline, I would still jump into lack of chase. You know, when you start courting the girl or dating the girl, there was this flow of chase. You know, the euphoria, the boxing, and I want to get her this, I just want to make her mine. You're going on dinner dates, there are date nights, there are movie nights, strolling the beach. Now, when you get married, you forget that you're meant to be still doing all these things. So, if you actually preoccupy yourself with these things, now you prepare yourself with these things while you're still doing your daily duties, your due diligence of going to work, being the provider. When you do all these things, your mind is preoccupied with her. So you don't even have time for another woman outside. So it's that lack of, you know, when your mind is not occupied, you're giving space or chance for another woman to preoccupy it. Now you see the thing of the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Food. Let me tell you, there are ways to meet our common grounds. I'm not saying it's really that right that I should eat outside. But once in a while, at least men should cut women some slack. Yes, sir. It's not always that she should cook 24/7. Okay, just imagine you marry a career wife. Most men don't like it, but let's just say you marry a career wife. She goes to work, you go to work. You guys you provide for each other. You take care of the kids. For goodness sake, she's not a robot. So sometimes she may actually just want to do the whole maybe Sunday cooking, and you know it's going to last for the week. Then you, as a man, you learn to appreciate. I'm not saying that we grow in a society where a woman should do everything. Sometimes you need to help with it. I stumbled upon this article where a man had issues with other tenants in his compound. What was the thing? The guy literally used to go to the market to get grocery. He does grocery store shopping and some other things. So the other men in the compound, they were complaining that you're actually causing issues in our marriage. Why? Because you are assisting your wife. No, but now she's a human being. She's not a robot. But the man is going groceries. The food that he's going to buy, that's what food that I go chop. So why should we be sentimental that it is a man? A man is just to go to work, be the sole provider, then come back home. As my robot, it should be okay. Now you're going to take on TikTok, it's even trending where men became sit-at-home mom. They saw the stress behind being a sit-at-home. Yeah. Do you know what it means when there's a child crying day and night without stopping? Do you know how mentally it's already distressing? Then you have to now walking, probably backache and all that. So we should try our best. I'm not saying that there are reasons that support women, nagging around that, but sometimes we need to cut them slack. Yes, that it's really not easy. I'm talking from a man's perspective. I'm talking from a guy that actually has a mother. Yes, that actually raised me. I know that because she actually made me do some certain things. That's why I was able to grow up to be the kind of man that I am. Now I was being domesticated. I had to know how to do some other things, some chores and all that. So basically, it helps her when sometimes you do the dishes because the truth be told, before marrying this woman, you were washing plates. Mm-hmm. You were bachelors. Washing your clothes. You were washing your clothes. Why they say the woman come now, what could they do all this? You want to eliminate all this all of a sudden. It doesn't really make sense to me. I'm saying she's a help, but it doesn't mean that what she totally would just make everything disappear. It's not magic.
There's something that people are forgetting when it comes to matters of why does the man want to look outside, or why is this man cheating on his wife, or why is this man going for a more sexier person. People forget that this person that you married in the house is human. That you've married, okay, me now for instance, you marry me, I'm in your house, I'm married to you. Before you know I'm pregnant. I might even be a career woman, but so long as I'm pregnant, I'm the one that has to sacrifice. I'm pregnant doesn't mean you need to stop work, but at some point, I would have to stop work. I gave birth to a child, you don't need to stop working. I need to stop working. They call it maternity leave, right? Whether be me a CEO or even a career woman, I have to stop working just to look after my child. And if I become an intentional mom, I decide to say, okay, I'm giving my baby 1 year. Now let's not imagine that I plan on giving this marriage 3 kids. Now this is my life for as long as. I don't know if I'm communicating. Now while I'm busy having children for you, you're still working. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, whatever thing I used to love doing, I have to shrink it just to be a homemade woman or someone's good wife, a homemaker, right? Then to be a mom as well. I have to shrink my career if, okay, I'm an actor, right? And I have to now leave everything I know I love doing, being in front of the camera and all of that. That people call me for job, they're like, sorry, I'm pregnant. You don't think it's psychologically draining? And then this woman is just sitting at home, she's cleaning. When she's done cleaning, she bathes the kids. Most men don't even know their children's school. All they do is provide money for school fees.
Of course.
Most African men, they don't even know the way to their children. They don't even know the name of their children's school. Some fathers don't even know the kids, the birthday. But mothers carry these things on their head. And now, all of a sudden, you feel like a man enough to tell you, man, I want a divorce. Because there's somebody out there stripping for you. Forgetting that, before you marry this lady, we could be courting and you're gifting me, you're loving me, you remind me that I'm beautiful every day. Yes, you take good care of me, and boom, all of a sudden I'm now your wife. You can now do whatever you want to do. You should understand I'm the provider, going to work, sit home, cook, and do all of that. And then you stop reminding me that I'm pretty. I will stop acting pretty to you.
Exactly.
You stop telling me, baby, this dress you're wearing looks beautiful. I will stop feeling beautiful to you.
What's that effect?
Yes. You stop telling me, baby, your food, you made this food, it's so delicious. Just sit down, eat, your stomach is also plotting out, and before you know, you go upstairs or go to your room, and then you sleep off, and that is it. Life goes on.
Meet me in the other room.
And meet me in the other room. Some men even lose romance. They don't even kiss their wives. Yes, during sex, they don't kiss their wives. Open up, I want to. You know, do you understand? And now that how do you want that woman to keep up? How? Because I've had it up to here with our African mentality. It is sad.
Thank you.
Here's something.
You,
Yes.
Brown. Yeah. You see, the first thing I think has to be discipline in a man. If discipline is there, he knows how to go about these things. He knows how to go and not to go beyond where he's supposed to go. I'm telling you. Because whether we like it or not, we have to respect marriage where it should be. And that is, the woman should look towards the man to do anything to him. For instance, when you complain about you getting pregnant and doing all that, it is the man that gave you that pregnancy. It is the same man that goes to work while you're in the house. He wouldn't be at work and still look after your children and the children's school and all that. It is that man has something he's giving to the family. So as such, we should respect that. And I don't think it is too much for us to do if we say, our daddy has done this, we should let the whole world fall. I mean, first of all, the woman whose husband has gone out to look for a lady, a stripper who dances for her, according to the film, the movie we watched, right? You should everybody ask her, how far is it doing? How far has it gone? Has he been able to impress this man all along?
For everything that a man does, every good thing he does in the house,
He should be praying.
he should be rewarded by, he should go outside and go
I
out.
will cheat.
I don't think so.
Because a woman can only work for
Why
money.
do you think we are Africans?
No, that's what I that narrative.
No,
We are
please.
Africans doesn't mean it is right.
It is not right. That's
Don't
what
get
they're
wrong.
saying.
See, they are Europeans. They smoke. Doesn't make it right.
No.
It has its medical
Implications.
Yes.
So when you smoke, you definitely know that you're most likely going to have lung cancer. But you still do it, right? that's the Europeans, they still do it, but doesn't mean it is right. So
right.
we are Africans. We need to change that narrative of normally it's in our blood, it's our DNA
To cheat.
I don't see where
Men
it's
must
embedded in our DNA.
Men must
I
cheat.
really don't know where it's embedded in our DNA.
We have just seen it like that because of this generation. See, I'm telling you, hold on, my dear. You see, there's a guy in America sometime. When the brother come to visit, he will stay in the lounge downstairs. And the wife will, your brother is coming. After about 1 hour or so, the man will come and say, my brother, how now? I dey cook, I beg. That is the Oyibo style, the Oyibo life, right? I am not against that, but we should let us try to understand.
Wait, are you saying that? Are you saying that because the man backs his child, it makes him less of a man?
No, I think the way to look at this issue is not whether the man can back a child or not back a child.
Okay.
We are in a world where there's cultural integration and reintegration.
Yes.
Things are evolving, things are changing. The world is not a global village.
Yes.
So what I think is that for the couples involved, not every other couple, for the particular couples involved, choose what suits your relationship, choose what suits your marriage. The issue of a man, an African man, walking up to the wife, demanding for a divorce, is not African. Why I'm saying it's not African is that not that it cannot happen. In traditional African style, all the man needs to do is go to his brethren, call them and say, I don't want to marry this woman anymore. There is no divorce court to go to. But because of cultural integration, it now becomes necessary, where either the man will do so by talking to the wife directly or do so through his attorney, who will serve the woman notice of divorce. And it's because of cultural integration and integration. Well, as far as the issue of this movie is concerned, we saw that at the end, the man had what I would describe as paradigm shift, change in perspective, because of the perfume that reminded him of their earlier love. And that perfume was able to transform the thinking of the man back to how the romance started. And the man said, it's been long I perceive this perfume. So based on that, the man had a rethink. He had a paradigm shift in his mind, and so was able to reconcile with the original wife. So my advice to side chicks, my advice to mistresses is that 98% of the times they are the loser.
Yes.
So the advice I have for them is understand this, that you cannot, as a lady, destroy another lady's marriage and expect your own to stand. It does not work that way.
Never.
If it does not happen with you, if you are not married, if you have a child, your children will suffer.
Yes. I don't believe that every woman would know what to do in times like this. That is why sometimes some of them go to friends and families for advice. But now, the woman we watched in this movie, she was portrayed as a very smart woman. Now, the perfume could even be a coincidence, but I do not feel it is a coincidence, because for her to now bring the, conditions of you must carry me, like you used to carry me when we just got married, from the room to the door step, and every morning for 1 month before I would give you the divorce. That means she had other plans up her sleeve, because I know my gender very well. We don't start something we don't know we will not finish. We don't start something we know we will not finish rather. She has already had, it was actually already planned. She already drafted it. More like, we always do our pros and cons to see if this strategy works. So now the thing is, she would have remembered probably that once upon a time when they first met, or when their love was still, when it was still, blossoming, when the love was still new and fresh, the guy used to probably, compliment how she smelled. Like, I love this smell, or I love this perfume, or please always wear this perfume. And of course, it should be a trigger. More like you're trying to help someone, like jog with their memories, someone with memory loss. They'll tell you, do things that they are familiar with.
Well, if you look at it again, don't you think that the woman could actually be wrong too? what do I mean by she might be wrong? Now, for her to use that to remind him of previous love, it means she stopped doing it.
Now, I'm not saying she
Yes,
didn't
hold
stop.
on.
I'm not saying she didn't stop.
No, that's not.
She might not even have stopped, my brother. What I'm saying is, remember that these people, they were already going apart, right? So they could be prepared for work separately. More like the man would not be able to remember when last he prepared and alongside his wife just to step out, right? This one have prepared and left the house, and this one like that. So this one now is standing waiting to carry her downstairs, right? And he's there, of course. Now he's looking at her, even if he's angry that I don't like what I'm doing, but he's here. Whatever she did is she got his presence, she got his attention. And now that she knows she has it, she used it. That is most of the things that women do.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that. I'm simply pointing out the fact that prior to the divorce, there has been episodes in which they've had encounters. They have gone to the room to change, even when she's still there. They've gone to work, like actually probably use the same car or probably left the same house together, or maybe separately. She wasn't using that pen because if she was, it wouldn't be like as if a new thing to the guy. Like trying to remember that okay, she has used it years before. Yes,
but again, don't forget that for the woman to actually have this particular kind of strategy, she would have had other plans up her sleeves. Don't forget that. Now, this pep or whatever, like I said before, might even be a coincidence. And it might be that she has even still be using it. But I'm sorry, I could like you, right? And you could be wearing things that I like. Immediately I stop liking you, I will stop noticing that you're wearing what I like. Do you understand? Now, the fact that the woman is using it now doesn't mean she might have stopped using it. It's just not here anymore. Now, one thing you should understand about your gender is if a man is not present, the man is not present.
Mentally.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what I think the woman did is that I think the woman, one, she was a very wise woman.
Yes.
And two, she saw the
fault.
tragedy. No, not her fault. She saw the tragedy that was about to befall the family. And remember one of her conditions. You are going to do something for 1 month. Give me 1 month notice. And he said, during that 1 month, our child will be writing exams.
Yes.
I don't want anything that will affect her concentration. So they don't want anything that will come in between. That is the first strategy. The second strategy was that if I can make this man to go through what he was doing before, then maybe I can begin to reprogram his mindset. And that was why the woman said, the way you were carrying me when we got married, you are going to do it again. And the man agreed to it because the man was looking towards the love of his life, which is the stripper. So he was happy doing it.
Yes, ready to do
because he saw it as the final condition for him to do it, not knowing that that exercise was actually going to reprogram him. Then the final one was the woman now remembering how the husband must have complimented that perfume in the time past. She now remembered. She brought it. That is her third game plan. She used it that morning. And immediately the man perceived that perfume, the programming was completed. The woman, it was no coincidence, the woman planned everything. And it worked for her.
My advice to you guys is that you should treat your woman like a queen. Because, before you got to where you were, you guys started off as, internal lovers. The whole chase is very, very integral. You should always be mindful of the fact that she was a piece that you were always running after. So when you're in marriage, you shouldn't forget that occasionally you should get a gift, like the issue of the perfume. Thoughtful gestures. You go out there, get perfume, and give her. Because those are things that will remind you of her. So things like that, the outing, the cinemas and all that. So you shouldn't be too quick to think of divorce as the best and possible solution to issues happening or pertaining marriage. If there are other methods, try it out, maybe therapy and so many other things. Yes, sir.
My advice to everyone out there that has watched this movie, first to the guys, please understand that your wife is your life partner. Yeah. And as a life partner, two of you are supposed to build a family together. You cannot build a family together when you have divided interests. Side chick or no side chick, they are nothing but distraction. They said in a journey of life, in a journey of purpose, the destination is more important than the scenery. If you are traveling to a particular location, all the things, the sceneries you see around, those are distractions. Your focus should be where you are headed to. And if you concentrate on your vision, you will arrive there. Divorce is never the final option. And to the young ladies out there, please always remember, for you to be a queen to a man, you must treat the man like a king. Because there is no queen without a king. Respect the man, honor the man, and the man will respect and honor you in return. Divorce has never and will never be the final answer to marital issues.
So to both the ones that are married out there and the ones that are planning on getting married, please, there's no better person than your partner. The fact that you people found each other, it means you people are meant for each other. The fact that you actually have decided to marry this person means you've actually passed through a lot of persons and then you decide that this one is your last bus stop. So I don't feel like there is any situation that you people cannot sit down and communicate about, have a conversation. That's why I said initially, I said love is just not enough. Build a relationship in your relationship. Have a bond, connect. Let there be like a level of intimacy, sexually, intellectually, spiritually, and they just have a level of intimacy in your relationship so that even when distraction comes, you don't lose focus. It is okay to be distracted. There's always distraction, right, left, center, not just for men, even for women. I've seen women in their husbands' house where men that are better looking and richer than their husbands come to disturb them. So that is actually where the focus comes in. Just stay focused and remember why you're in your marriage in the first place. Always remember why you chose to be with this person in the first place. Because choosing to leave your wife or your husband for somebody out there, it is not an option or a solution. It's true. Because the angel, they say, is better than the devil, better than the angel, you don't know. Yes. So please, choose to make your marriage work. Looking out there, it doesn't help anybody. It has never helped anybody. If you leave your home today for someone out there, you will still see, you will continue to live. Please, and when you guys are thinking of divorce, remember that you have kids. I'm talking about the married couples now that have children. Because product of broken homes, good. Most of them don't end well. And the ones that even decide to end well, these children, they go through a lot in life before they can be balanced as proper human beings or adults. So please, divorce is never an option. Don't even allow anybody bring it to your table. Not even a man of God or a lawyer. If you have a friend now that is a lawyer and wants to interfere in your marriage, talking about divorce, defriend that person. Divorce is never an option. Thank you very much.
Well, I want to advise that divorce is not it and can never be it. So anything you can do as a man to make your marriage work, do it. And if you're a woman, whatever it is you can do to make your marriage work, do it. Simply because I feel divorce is not it. Thank you very much.